Next, a library for the ages up in Lithopolis. How schools cope with the influx of new Americans. Mentors who make a difference. And secrets of the Hopewell culture. That's coming up on Columbus Neighborhoods.
Support for Columbus Neighborhoods is provided by...
At American Electric Power, we've been proud sponsors of WOSU Public Media for many years and strong supporters of our headquarters city here in Columbus, both downtown and in neighborhoods like yours.
State Auto Insurance Companies, transforming to become a digital provider of auto, home, and business insurance. And for nearly 100 years, committed to the people and neighborhoods of Central Ohio. State Auto. The Columbus Foundation. Smart philanthropy for a smart city. ColumbusFoundation.org. Bailey Cavalieri. Your relationship with your law firm doesn't need to be complicated. It just needs to be right. CODA. Keeps our community moving forward. Falgren Moortine Marketing and Communications. Think wider. Ohio Health focuses on you and your family with a mission to improve the health of our communities. Women in Philanthropy at Ohio State, changing lives by giving together. And by contributions from these and other Columbus area families who support WOSU. Thank you.
Behind every library lies an extraordinary person. The Columbus Metropolitan Library's first building was financed by Andrew Carnegie, a steel magnate and one of the richest men in America who also wanted to give everyone, regardless of social status, a chance to read. This next story is about a Carnegie-like benefactor in the town of Lithopolis.
Today we're going to Lithopolis, a small town in Fairfield County, just off the southeast corner of Franklin County. Small town settled in 1815, first called Centerville, but later because of the stone quarries in the area, it was renamed as Lithopolis. It's derived to two Greek words that mean stone city. And we're going to visit the Wagnalls Memorial. You may remember the term, look that up in your Funk and Wagnalls. That's a reflection of the fact that Funk and Wagnalls was a company that published a well-known dictionary. In fact, I still have my mother's Funk and Wagnalls from when she was in high school in the 1930s. So we're going to have a visit to a very interesting place called the Wagnalls Memorial. Hi, Tammy.
Yeah, hi, Jeff.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Well,
glad you could come today.
Well, I haven't been here in a long time. I'm so glad to be here. I notice there's some pretty significant artwork right here.
Oh, this is one of our
here?
pride and joys. We have two original Norman Rockwells.
Wow.
And they were both covers for our literary digest that Funk and Wagnalls published.
So it's your publication and you did
Yes.
them specifically
Yes.
for them? Wow, that's
Yes.
just wonderful. Well, those are great pictures. And I brought my Funk and Wagnalls. It was my mom's from the 1930s when she was in high school. So it's sort of come back home.
Yes. Oh, my goodness.
Well, let's see what else you have here. My, what a place. Oh, this is a gorgeous room. This is the main library, main reading room.
This is the original that was built to house the library. It was built in 1925, but there's a little bit of history we want to tell you about, and Carol Gall is here, and
Hi,
she
Carol.
is our
Jeff
resident
Derby. Good to see you.
historian, and she can give you a little bit of background real quick about how this all came to be.
Well, I understand a Columbus architect was the designer for the
He was.
memorial.
He was Ray Sims.
Okay.
And at that time, he was an unknown architect. Mabel wanted to specifically hire someone who had never had a big project before to give him a start. And from there, he did very well.
Well, as I look around, I mean, there's so much detail here. One of the first things I noticed is the owls, the traditional symbol of wisdom. Is that right?
Well, there's another story about the
Okay.
owls. So Mabel built this to honor her mother and father. And her mother and father, obviously, that's Adam Wagnalls there. That's Anna Wagnalls, her mother. Mabel was here when they were cutting down trees to build this building. And the workers came out and they were like, Mabel, what are we going to do? There's these 4 baby owls in this tree that we cut down. And she said, don't worry, we'll remember them. So they layered this building a lot with to tell her family's story.
Yeah, so in symbolism. For example, what look like family shields or coats of arms, are those derived from the family's history?
They are, and the four main ones, there's Christianity. Mr. Wagnalls was actually a Lutheran minister. That was his education, his first education. He then became a lawyer. Over there is the bees, that's for industry, hard work.
Another symbol.
And then over here you've got patriotism, the eagle.
Oh, yeah.
And then over here, the education, the globe, the children learning. So those four things were very, very important to this family. And when Mabel started to build this building, she realized that a library was not going to be enough. Her family also enjoyed theater. Mabel was a concert pianist. So
there's a theater as well.
Exactly.
Why don't we look at that next?
Sounds great.
Oh, yeah, this is a gorgeous space. I love the wood beams.
This is all original. This has never been changed. Every fall we have a theater, a community theater production here. We have local people and we bring in a director and it's a wonderful production every year. So we're really excited.
Lithopolis is not a huge town. You serve a much larger area.
Right. Bloom Township is kind of our service area.
Okay.
It's kind of a tri-county area that people come from.
Do people come out from Columbus as well?
Yes, we are in the consortium with the Columbus Public Library, and we've got a lot of libraries we share material
so
with.
We could order a book from the Columbus Library, and if you had it, it would be shipped to
It
Columbus.
would be shipped to Columbus.
That's great.
Columbus is
That's a
shipped to
good
here.
network.
It's wonderful. We share resources.
Well, let's see. This is a wonderful theater, but I understand there are some towers here that
There's
we
a
need to visit?
tower room, yes. So we'll take you up to the tower room. They are stone steps,
Oh, yes.
and so be very careful walking up, but we'll take you up here.
So this room was built to honor another family friend of theirs, Edwin Markham, and he was a poet.
Okay.
So this room was filled with his poetry written in his own handwriting.
Oh, yeah,
So you can
it
see
is.
some of the poetry there, and you can see hooks up along the wall, and that's where they were.
Okay. Well, it's a great little room with the beam ceiling and the rough plaster walls. Do you feel enough people in Central Ohio know about you that it's hard to get the word out about almost anything these days? There's so much sort of mind traffic going on.
It is. It's very hard. A lot of people will come in and they're not sure what it is.
Yeah.
Is this a castle?
Yeah.
Was this a
Church.
museum?
Yeah.
A church?
A lot of people think.
Well, and the
so.
sign says it's a memorial, which it is,
Right.
but it's not immediately apparent that it's really a library and a research facility.
We still get a lot of people going, I've drove by this every day and and didn't know it was here. But the families who do know it's here, we have families who bring their grandchildren. You grow up here, you want to bring your family back. And that's what's really special about this place is that it is family oriented. And we love that.
Well, thank you so much. This has been a great tour. I've really enjoyed getting to know the place better. And it's clear to me you're doing important things here, and I hope the word keeps getting out so people realize.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, Hilliard Schools and New Americans, the challenges and the changes. Then, what it takes to mentor, and secrets of the Hope Well. Our new Americans from Africa and Asia are starting to redefine our neighborhoods, and that means our schools are taking more and more students from different countries and different cultures. I sat down with Hilliard Superintendent John Marshausen to chat about the challenges and the opportunities of a changing population. Old Hilliard is in the midst of a revitalization with a breakout of restaurants and businesses pumping new life into it. At the center of it all is the Starliner Diner, a community hotspot since 1995. This local favorite is known for its kitsch decor and eclectic menu. Cuban and Southwestern dishes dot its menu with items like Creole macaroni and huevos rancheros. It's a perfect spot to sit down with Hilliard Superintendent John Marshausen to talk about the challenges and his hopes for the youth in this community. Tell me a little bit about what Hilliard is like and how it's changed just in the 5 years you've been here.
Well, one of the great things about the Hilliard School District and the Hilliard community is we're really a microcosm of Ohio, and the United States. When you look at our community, we really have great diversity, both ethnically, religiously, economically, and our school vision statement is to prepare students to be ready for tomorrow. And when our kids go out into the real world, they've been in a school experience where they've learned not only to live and work and be with students who are different than them, they've come to appreciate it.
Something else that's going on in Hilliard that you mentioned right at the outset, the demographic change. You have a lot of students who are from other countries. Talk about where those students are from, what countries are represented here, and how you handle all those changes, all those new populations, new Americans.
Well, we had, when I first came, a growing Somali population and students coming from Somalia. And in the last 3 years, our population of Iraqi refugees has started to increase. One of the things that gives me hope every day is our children don't see color like their parents see color. They don't see religion and race like some of their parents see religion and race. And every generation, I think we're getting better. When you build understanding, when you get kids from different backgrounds together to have a conversation, that's when the magic happens. Because students will learn we have much more in common than we have that divides us. And they're the ones who have to come to that realization. We just can't tell them that.
One of the things that has happened is kind of a technological revolution. And it sounds like you are leading the charge here in Hilliard. Talk about how the model of teaching, the model of education has changed and the changes that you yourself have brought here to Hilliard.
The face of education is changing and how we educate students is changing. And part of it was being driven by the kids. You know, for a time we fought students having their cell phones and their devices in classrooms. There came a turning point where we just had to embrace where technology was. The way we've taught kids for decades, there's still value in parts of that. Our students still need to know how to read and how to write, and they have to be able to hold books. But we have to balance the tried and true and the foundational skills that we need in every student with a world that's changing so rapidly. We're changing how we do business, but not changing the fundamentals of the core of what we do.
But that could be really intimidating to some people.
Oh, yes.
Who didn't grow up with this. I mean, you know, this generation we're teaching now are really the first ones who are totally tech. So what were some of the reservations that you ran into, and how much resistance was there?
Well, we started by giving the teachers, we phased this in over time. We started with just our 6th grade buildings. And we gave the teachers the devices 6 months before the students got the devices. So the teachers got to work with them and experience them before the kids got them. So each year we learned a little bit. Not everything we do works the first time. And then we're able to kind of model this as we move forward. And then this year we have iPad carts in all of our elementary buildings. And we don't want our kids on devices the whole day. It's a blended model. We need balance. So in our elementary schools, they have carts in their classrooms, but the kids are on an iPad for a couple hours here, maybe a little bit of time there. If they finish a lesson, it's a resource, but technology will never replace the skill of a great teacher.
Because you still got to get those basics in, and you still got to have those interpersonal skills.
You know, we are social beings. And just sitting here with you, you want to make eye contact, you want to be able to have conversations, you want to be able to operate and function face-to-face, person-to-person. So we're very cognizant of the challenges we have when we're in an ever-changing world of devices and connectivity. And we want to teach students how to safely use their devices. We want to teach them about digital etiquette, digital safety, their own well-being, when to unplug, when to be able to say, this is family time. And we've engaged moms and dads intentionally about opportunities where charge your devices in the kitchen, don't let kids bring them to their bedroom, because kids need unplugged time. It's okay to say, when we sit down at a family dinner, no devices at the table, because we want to be able to connect with you as a person.
You are definitely making your mark on this district. What do you want your legacy to be? when you are finished working here in Hilliard?
Well, I think one of the best parts of my job is every year we hold 3 graduations at the Schottenstein Center from each of our 3 high schools. And I get to look kids in the eye as they come down those stairs and shake their hands, and they're high school graduates. And my hope is every kid who gets a Hilliard diploma knows they're prepared for what's next. And the legacy that we all have as educators are the students that we get to influence their lives. And our hope in Hilliard is we change the trajectory for the better. That every kid who comes in our doors every day, eventually culminating with that diploma at graduation, is truly ready for tomorrow. Whether they're going to go to college or the military or the workforce or whatever's next for them, if they know they're ready, that's the ultimate goal that we have in schools.
Okay, and what about you personally? What do you still want to do?
I want to be able to get my children through high school and college, and as a school district, we've got to evolve, because some of what we're doing is very successful now. Some of what we're doing looks very much like school when we went to school, and the world that this kindergarten class is going to graduate into in the 2030s is going to look very different. How do we create a school district that's nimble, that's flexible, and that's balanced, that doesn't lose sight of the core foundational skills we need to teach kids, but is also flexible and growing and learning so that we're able to prepare what's next? And that's culture. And that's one of the things that I'm proud of that we've been able to focus on in the last 5 years in the Hilliard schools.
All right, fantastic. Appreciate you taking time
Oh,
to
thank
sit
you. This is
down,
great.
and thank you for
And
bringing
thanks
us
to the folks at
Starliner
Starliner Diner. Yes.
This has been great. Next, mentoring as a grassroots effort, and artifacts of the Hopewell culture. If you're lucky enough to have a teacher or coach who made a difference in your life, you know how important just a few words of encouragement can be. Our next story follows ordinary men in the community who work with at-risk youth who need help both inside and outside the classroom.
One, every single one of you have gifts and talents.
Sometimes I wonder who's teaching who, because I learn a lot from these kids.
Exactly.
You always have to have a why in order to be successful.
And why is your what?
Motivation.
Your purpose.
Basically, we try to impart wisdom and guidance, input, advice, spend time with them as much as you can, just like any father, uncle, big brother would do. We have a group mentorship program, mentoring program in the schools where we mentor. We have classrooms, we mentor 12 to 15 kids at a time. But our one-on-ones, they come from basically the juvenile system.
So they have information. So when they do the interview, what they're looking for is, are you the person that you wrote down on your application? The other thing they were looking for is the work culture that they're trying to put you in, or they want to put you in. Do you fit that work culture?
I keep coming back because I have no man in my life that tells me about how to be a man, and for him to come and talk to us about that, I'm gonna take the chance to listen and learn from what he's been through. He can teach me not to go through the same thing he's been through.
When people look on the outside, they think there's like a blueprint, to this, and it's really the only blueprint to it is love. That's the only blueprint, and every kid is different because all of them don't have problems with drugs. All of them ain't out gangbanging. Some of them just, they want to get somewhere, but they don't know how to get there.
Some of these kids have no one in their life that can tell them what to do or what not to do. So when they have someone who they can actually trust, they start listening. The more they come and the more committed the person is to them, they start listening and they start doing better and better and better. Well, my goals is to stay in school. I want to be successful. And as I get older, I I want my kids to have someone to look up to that was successful in life too.
And I'm telling you, all you gotta do, very simple, Will, smile and be honest, and you're in there. When I say smile, I mean be pleasant, be happy that you're there, be happy that you have an opportunity, because that's what it is, it's an opportunity. I ain't saying you gotta go in there and you gotta cheese and everything like that, but just, if they look at you, like this is a pleasant young man.
When I look at these young kids, I really see myself in some of them, being that my father walked out on me, lived with my mother until I was about 13. She died of a drug overdose, which at that point I started getting in a little bit of trouble. I was on the fence. I could go either way. So when I look at these kids, they may be the same way. There may not be anybody in their life to tell them that they love them, or there may not be anybody else to tell them that they accept them. It's part of my passion to do it because I don't want to see other kids go through it, or if I can help a young kid not to go through something like that, or the repercussions of something like that, or even if I can ease a season in their life from that, then that's what motivates me. It was a small thing that I missed out on. There was a small thing that I didn't do that prevented me from getting an A. It's a small things that stop you from being the difference between being good and excellent. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what we're talking about. These are the small things. I have kids now that I've mentored. They were in the 4th, 5th, 6th grade. Now they're grown. And when you're out shopping in the grocery store and they walk up to you and say, "Hey, Mr. Lewis, I still remember what you told me, and I'm doing this. I graduated from college, and they're, doing better than me," which that's what you want. That's the real spirit of a mentor or a father, that you want them to do better than you. I mean, that's the gratification that I get from it. We believe in you. That's our why. Everybody up here, the reason why they're up here, you're our why. Our purpose is to help you achieve your purpose. There are many, many men out there like us. Everybody's always telling me that young men don't have positive role models. It's not true. You gotta want positive role models.
Brad, I heard you say we're going to look at some obsidian. I'm not sure I know what obsidian is.
Well, there might not be any reason you would, because obsidian isn't a rock you normally found in Ohio. I mean, this is glass. It's beautiful volcanic glass. Because of its rarity and because of its extraordinary qualities, it may have been viewed as having special powers. It's probably not a weapon. We have actually studied with microscopes the edges of the tools of this and the other obsidian spear points, and they've never been used. I think it's a ceremonial object.
So this is not native to Ohio. Somebody brought it here on purpose. Are there lots of items that people brought to the Hopewell culture here in Ohio?
Yeah, the Hopewell was the center of what's called an interaction sphere. And we use that big term because it's not just trade. Trade is part of it. It's part trade network. But there are things like this mountain of obsidian in Wyoming, and then small mountains of obsidian in Hopewell Mountains. So either somebody from out there brought a bunch of this obsidian to Ohio, or somebody from Ohio went out there, saw it, knew it was important, and brought a bunch back. So it's not trade in that sense. In that sense, it could be like bringing offerings of some strange and powerful material to this center of ritual and ceremony here in Ohio.
2,000 years ago, people really got around, didn't they?
And indeed, and 2,000 years ago, just like today, Ohio was the heart of it all.
Thanks Thanks for being with us. And remember, you can catch all of our episodes on columbusneighborhoods.org. Plus, see our stories on the WOSU mobile app. And you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We'll see you back here next week on Columbus Neighborhoods.
She ain't like the other girls. She ain't like the other pretty ladies. She ain't like the other ones. She won't try to leave and then forget me. She ain't like the other girls. She ain't like the other pretty ladies. She ain't like the other ones. She won't try to leave and then forget me. And then run off with somebody else, somebody else.
Support for Columbus Neighborhoods is provided by
At American Electric Power, we've been proud sponsors of WOSU Public Media for many years and strong supporters of our headquarters city here in Columbus, both downtown and in neighborhoods like yours.
State Auto Insurance Companies, transforming to become a digital provider of auto, home, and business insurance. And for nearly 100 years, committed to the people and neighborhoods of Central Ohio. State Auto. The Columbus Foundation. Smart philanthropy for a smart city. ColumbusFoundation.org. Bailey Cavalieri. Your relationship with your law firm doesn't need to be complicated. It just needs to be right. CODA. Keeps our community moving forward. Falgren Mortine Marketing and Communications. Think wider. Ohio Health focuses on you and your family with a mission to improve the health of our communities. Women in Philanthropy at Ohio State, changing lives by giving together. And by contributions from these and other Columbus area families who support WOSU. Thank you.